What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video I'm going to be going over the 8 iron banner weapons that you can get this week. As you can see here, 6 of the weapons have refreshed perk pools with season 24, and then there's these 2 that were available last season. So all of these are returning weapons at some point, so there's no like brand new ones like Tusk of the Boar, but there's some pretty good rolls on some of these, so let's go through them. So the first is Crimil's Dagger. It can actually roll with kill clip, but if we go to the time to kill, even with kill clip, unless they're tier 5 and under, then you won't be able to get the 2 tap. So if you do have kill clip and their tier 5 resilience or lower, then you can get a 2 tap. Or if you had something like Radiant, then you could 2 tap with this thing, which is pretty nice on a 120. But one perk I want to direct your attention to is Adagio. This will kill at tier 9 and under in 2 crits, but it's a 0.6 TTK because this does lower your fire rate. So it will shoot a little slower, and this you need a kill to activate this as well. And the other damage perk is Precision Instrument. And as you can see at tier 5 and under, it can 2 tap, but that's with 6 stacks. And then at 4 stacks, it can't. And these 120s, like Igneous Hammer, it can roll with Precision Instrument. But they are kind of tough to keep Precision Instrument procced. You can't like delay your shots at all. You have to shoot at its highest rate of fire. As far as the left column perks, we have Enlightened Action, which is a perk that I really like. Slideways is a decent perk. Air Trigger I haven't played too much with, but it could be okay if you like playing from the air. Strategist will give you class ability energy. Moving Target is really nice for PvP. So moving target opening shot, that's going to be a really crispy roll just for like consistency. And then if you want a damage perk, Adagio, Precision Instrument, or Kill Clip like I mentioned. And then Zen Moment is always really nice. So if you just want a really good feeling 120 hand cannon in the kinetic slot, like I love Igneous Hammer with consistency perks. This roll would be really, really nice with moving target and Zen Moment. And then if you wanted a PvE roll, basically just go Enlightened Action and Explosive Payload. Explosive Payload is really nice for Overload champions, so that's not a bad roll to get as well for PvE. But yeah, Moving Target and Zen Moment is what I would go for personally, because it's so rare to get the 2 tap with these damage perks. So next up we have the Guiding Sight. This is a high impact 150 RPM strand scout rifle. It can roll with kill clip, but again, if we look at the TTK, it's still going to be a 0.83 crit, even with kill clip. Oh, sorry. And then with kill clip procced, it goes to a 2 crit 1 body. So just more forgiveness, but you're not going to get the 2 tap. And even with Adrenaline Junkie times 5, only at tier 0 can it get a 2 tap. So you can't really get 2 taps. So if you're looking for a damage perk for PvP, Cascade Point will let you get a 0.48 second 3 crit kill with that increased rate of fire. So that's one way you could go. For PvE, I like Slice and Hatchling or Demo and Hatchling. Enlightened Action Hatchling is also a nice roll. And then for PvP, I'm thinking Moving Target in the left column or Perpetual Motion. And then kind of just whatever you want. This will give you class ability energy. To the Pain, I haven't really played too much with. And then if we look at Precision Instrument, again, that goes to a 2 crit 1 body, but it doesn't allow for a 2 tap. So yeah, honestly, not that amazing of a gun, though Demo and Hatchling could be nice in PvE, but I don't really like 150 scouts in PvE personally. Next, we have the Riiswalker, which is a kinetic special shotgun. It's a lightweight frame, so they have good handling. So kinetics got a nerf to bosses. So they do, specials do like 15% more damage than strand and stasis weapons, but on bosses specifically in the final shape, they don't have that bonus. So before, I had actually grinded out a Slick Draw Vorpal last season for double shotgun swapping, but this no longer really gets that benefit from the kinetic on bosses, like I said. On other enemies like red bars and majors and things like that, it will. So Vorpal is still a decent option for PvE and probably the only one worth farming for PvE. So I would go either Slick Draw Vorpal or Surplus Vorpal. For PvP, we've got Slide Shot and Fragile Focus. I have Fragile Focus on Mindbender's Ambition, and it's honestly really, really nice. Or Slide Shot Opening Shot, that's very good. Or Iron Reach. So any of those are going to be really, really nice in PvP. And then you've got Adagio and Harmony. I don't really like them. Threat Remover, this is new. Dealing damage with all bullets in a spread increases reload speed, handling, and stability. But you have to land all your bullets first, so I don't really like this one. And then one other play that you could go with in PvE is Discord. And again, I would go with Vorpal because Discord is going to allow you to chew through enemies without using up any ammo while it's active. So basically you're just going to have unlimited special for 7 seconds while you have Discord active. And as long as you're getting a kill, so if you're just using it for red bars, you're going to basically be able to use this as ad clear without losing ammo. So that's pretty good. And then Killing Wind is also nice. But again, that's a kill first perk. Like you need to get a kill to activate it. Whereas Slide Shot, all you got to do is slide. So I prefer Slide Shot with one of these for PvP, but Killing Wind wouldn't be bad either. I have used Killing Wind on a Found Verdict and I quite liked it. Claws of the Wolf. So this thing can roll Kill Clip, which is deadly on these rapid fire frames. You can see it gets a 0.67 TTK with either 7 crits at tier 8 to tier 10 Rezil or tier 7 and under, 6 crits, 1 body. So Kill Clip really, really strong. If not, it's an 8 crit, 1 body on tier 10 to tier 7. So kind of what most people run. But you can on tier 5 and under get a 0.73. So these things are great dueling weapons. I've always really liked the rapid fire pulses in PvP. And this one can roll Head Seeker and Zen Moment. That's going to be a really consistent roll. It's going to be really, really strong. Just a little more forgiveness with Head Seeker. But yeah, that is probably your go-to for consistency perks or Perpetual Motion Zen Moment. And then if you wanted a kill perk, you could go Rampage. If we take it up to Rampage times 3, you can see it can get down to a 0.47, but Rampage times 3 is pretty hard to proc. And if you didn't want Rampage, you could go with Kill Clip. Then again, for PvE, we have Repulsor Brace and Destabilizing Rounds, which is quite strong. Disruption Break is nice on Anti-Barrier Pulse, which we have this season. I haven't seen Disruption Break on a pulse rifle in a really, really long time. I used to rock a Geon 7 with this. Basically, once you break a shield, your kinetic damage, your kinetic weapons will deal 50% more damage. So I used to pair this with like Witherhoard or Izanagi's Burden, and it was very, very strong. So I might actually try to get a Disruption Break one just to have one in my arsenal, because they're like niche, but it's really, really strong. And then, like I said, Repulsor Brace, this is really nice this season because you can get an Overshield, and Overshields are really good with the artifact with Void Hegemony. So this perk has a lot of extra added benefit this season in particular, thanks to the artifact. Snapshot Sights make these feel snappy, and as you can see, this only has 21 handling. These rapid fires always have low handling, so Snapshot would feel nice. Same with Elemental Capacitor if you're running Arc, because it's going to give you 50 more handling. Perpetual Motion, same thing. It's going to give you, well, there's your benefits right there. Plus 20 to everything with times 2, plus 10 to everything with times 1. So yeah, overall, a pretty decent perk pool. Like I said, you got the Void Wombo combo with Destabilizing and Repulsor Brace. Disruption Break, very, very rare. I don't really like Attrition Orbs at all, so I won't be going after that, but if you like it, great. But yeah, Zen Moment and Head Seeker would be really, really nice, or Head Seeker Kill Clip, in my opinion, for PvP. Next is Lethal Abundance. This is a high impact 360 RPM strand auto rifle. So I had one, or still have one, with Collective Action. And as you can see on tier 5 and under, you can actually 5 crit for a 0.67. And I had made a build around this, making stasis shards, so it was easy to activate like every time I went into an engagement. So Collective Action is actually pretty good on this one. Hatchling and Slice, that's the old Strand Wombo combo. So this is really nice because you can sever enemies, which makes them deal less damage, and you could create Threadlings, which is nice. Dynamic Sway Onslaught. This is going to be really nice in PvP. So if we look at Onslaught times 1, it takes it from a 0.83 to a 0.7, Onslaught times 2 to a 0.6, and Onslaught times 3 to a 0.53. So this is a very good kill chaining perk in PvP. And then Target Lock. This is still just a 5 crit 1 body. So basically it doesn't even do anything for you. So I would kind of stay away from Target Lock. I guess if there's overshields, maybe there's like a TTK shift, but overall not really worth running. Keep Away, Tap the Trigger. This is going to feel really consistent, really nice. Or Dynamic Sway, Tap the Trigger, because you're getting the initial accuracy on trigger pull from Tap the Trigger. And then as you hold it down, you're getting better stability and accuracy cone size on Dynamic Sway. So that's going to be a really consistent feeling perk. Enlightened Action Onslaught would be really nice for PvE. So yeah, you can either go utility in PvE with Slice Hatchling or Enlightened Action Onslaught. And then that's also going to be a decent option for PvP as well, but really good in PvE. If you have the Rossarago with Onslaught, it feels great. And I bet it would feel just as good, if not better, on this high impact frame. So I'm very curious to try one with Onslaught. As for Discord, I don't like it near as much on primary weapons. It's way better on special weapons in my opinion. And then Elemental Capacitor as well. So Point of the Stag, I checked it out, and even with Golden Tricorn times 2, you can't get a 1 crit kill. So I wouldn't worry too much about damage perks if you're looking for damage perks in like PvP. Swashbuckler, like there was a time when Swashbuckler bows could 1 crit, but it seems like we cannot do that anymore. So you got No Distractions, Air Trigger, Archer's Tempo, Elemental Capacitor, Pugilist, Strategist. So these are some utility perks for builds, Melee Energy, Class Ability Energy. Then you've got Dragonfly, Vorpal Weapon, Eye of the Storm, Swashbuckler, Precision Instrument, Golden Tricorn. So kind of just take your pick. Golden Tricorn could be good depending if you have an arc build and like what kind of build you're building into. It has to be arc because this is an arc precision frame bow. I don't think I mentioned that. But yeah, overall, nothing I like too much on this. Archer's Tempo is probably the pick for PvE and PvP. And then I would honestly say Dragonfly. Most bows can one-shot most adds, and then in GMs, it's usually like a 2-shot. So Archer's Tempo is going to be nice for that. And then Dragonfly for some splash damage, because bows are single target, like single shot weapons. So it's nice to get a bit of splash damage from Dragonfly, and it's really easy to proc on bows. So yeah, for me, this is kind of the only perk combination I would really go for personally, but you can do you. Next, we have Tusk of the Boar. So last season, Deconstruct was doing some weird things where it would allow you to keep shooting the weapon without having to reload it, but you had to hit enemies in a very specific way, so it wasn't very practical. So I actually had a pulse monitor, and pulse monitor is kind of nice because it will reload your weapon for you if you get low health. But yeah, I had a pulse monitor deconstruct roll. I actually deleted it. Slideways, this will allow you to refill the magazine, but there is a cooldown on it, so you can't like shoot slide constantly. There is a cooldown. Grave Robber, it will reload it for you, but not really too practical, I guess, depending on your build. Envious Assassin is nice for sure, but you're using this for ad clear. So, or typically you're using wave frame for ad clear. This is a wave frame GL, it's Strand. So I don't know if I love Envious on it. Enlightened Action is nice for the better reload speed, but really I'm just looking at Slice Hatchling or Slice Chain Reaction. Chain Reaction did get a nerf on these wave frame GLs, but it's still a decent perk. And then Hatchling is going to allow you to make Threadlings on multi-kills. So it's either 1 crit or 3 kills. So this one can't crit, so it's got to be 3 kills. So yeah, I like Slice Hatchling personally. Bait and Switch I don't love on these weapons because you're not really using them for damage. Swashbuckler, again, you're not really using these for damage. So I like utility and ad clear. So for me, it's Slice Chain and Slice Hatchling all day. Enlightened Action and Envious would also be decent to have. Or I guess these ones as well, but yeah, it's really up to you. And then last but not least is the Multimach. I used to have I think I still do. I've got a quick draw kill clip roll and I love it. You can't get quick draw on it anymore, but kill clip still is on it. So normally on tier 5 and under, you can 11 crit, but normally it's 12 shots to kill, which is a 0.73. But with kill clip, that drops it down to a 0.6 with 9 crit 1 body on tier 9 and 10. And then tier 8 and under with kill clip, you can kill in 0.53. So a very fast time to kill. And then if we look at target lock, it doesn't really do a TTK shift. You can see 0.67, 0.73, 0.73. And then with target lock, it's just a resilience shift. It's just a resilience check. So basically, you'll be able to kill in 11 crits on tier 5 to 9, where without it, it's tier 5 and under. So I would kind of stay away from target lock. I would go for kill clip personally, or you could do frenzy if you're into that kind of playstyle. And frenzy is really nice in PvE. I love frenzy in PvE. It's one of my favorite perks. Iron Reach, if you're looking for like a consistency roll with long range, though this used to get like sights. So you could get a longer zoom sight paired with Iron Reach, and this thing could reach some silly distances, but it can't really anymore. But yeah, kinetic tremors for PvE. You've got anti-barrier SMG, so this would be really, really nice for that, in my opinion. Kinetic tremors is a very, very strong perk, and then you could pair it with under over. This would absolutely demolish barrier champion shields. You see it gets a 50% increase against barrier champions, so very strong. Moving target, tap the trigger would be a super nice like consistency perk for PvP. Rangefinder got nerfed in PvP, so it's not what it once was. Iron Gaze, I would stay the hell away from. Looks 0 range, so definitely not worth it. That thing's a meme. It has like no range at all. Dynamic Sway and tap the trigger would also be nice. And like I said, I don't really like Attrition Orbs, but you could go Attrition Orbs Kinetic Tremors because I think the Kinetic Tremor hits count towards Attrition Orbs. So honestly, on an SMG, it might be all right. You have to do 67% of your magazine rounded down +2. So I can't do that math off the top of my head, but yeah. That's why I don't really like Attrition Orbs. I feel like it takes too many hits to activate. But anyways, those are the perks on the new Season 24 Iron Banner weapons, and I hope this video was helpful and informative, and if it was, then a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated. And if you're still watching, then thanks so much for watching to the end. Oh, and one more thing. I guess I should start promoting it. Shout out to my clanmate TJ. He helped me set up a community Discord. So I'm going to be linking that in the description of my videos going forward. A lot of people have been asking me if I have a community Discord, and I didn't really. So yeah, shout out to TJ for helping me get that going, and my other buddies in the clan who are moderators and stuff. And yeah. Oh, and the other exciting thing is I got a sponsorship with Mobilytics. So all my future builds, I'll be putting a Mobilytics link, and then you can just get the dim link from there. So yeah, it's my first sponsorship, and I'm really happy to pair with those guys because it's like perfect for my channel. I love making builds, and yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know because that was pretty exciting when they reached out to me. So I'm happy to be working with them. And yeah, if you want to join the Discord, like I said, the link's in the description, and it's just a place to chat and whatever, and we'll kind of see what it grows into. But yeah, anyways, like I said, if you're still watching, then thanks for watching to the end. Take care.